What's poppin', T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea, All Shade Ghost. Power Ghost Book 2. No, Power Book 2 Ghost. Yeah, that shit. Season 2, Episode 10 review. Tonight is the season finale episode. Let's get right into it. So, in the beginning of this episode, we see Mecca tell Monet that he feels like Kane should be the one to kill Lorenzo so they can basically keep their hands clean, and he needs for Kane to prove to him that he can trust him. And Monet is like, I don't really know that about that, but then she agrees like, yeah, we should have Kane do this. You know, he done gave her some diamond jewelry or whatever to threw that good dick on her. So she like, yeah, we'll do it. But lo and behold, she's playing him the whole entire time because she does not trust him anymore. So then we see Tariq at his dorm room worried about Lauren. He's calling her phone. She ain't answering. Effie wakes up like, who you calling? He was like, oh, it's nobody. She was like, look, if it's a chick on that other line, just leave the message. Ain't nobody tripping. He was like, nah, you wildin'. He give her a kiss or whatever and was like, I'm just worried about Lauren. She got the guilt face on, like, she fine. I'm pretty sure she's okay. Maybe she ditched her phone. That's why she ain't answering. She just making up all of these excuses or whatever to keep him calm, but she has this guilty expression on her face. So then we see Tariq ask Effie, if I do end up getting knocked, will you find Yas for me? Because my father set it up that when she's adopted, we won't be able to find her anymore. Like, her name will be changed and I won't be able to find her. So she was like, you trust me with that? And he was like, yeah, I mean, the only person outside of my mother that I can trust right now is you. So she really feels the weight on her shoulders because of what she's presumably done to Lauren. So Tariq learns that when he gets to court, that Trace is supposed to take the stand, and he like, you gotta be motherfucking kidding me. So he tells Sex and Davis about what happened that night with Trace and Braden and Kane when Kane had them dealing drugs to teach him a lesson. But Tariq was like, I wasn't with them. I was at my dorm room with your shiesty ass, snitching ass niece, Riley Sachs. So Davis was like, you need to, get proof from your niece, or I'm gonna take both of y'all down. So Sachs walks off pissed off or whatever. And then we see Mecca and Zeke at his hangar at the airport or whatever with all his cars and everything. And he asked Zeke, is he gonna come with them when they leave? And Zeke was like, I don't really know about that because, I don't know if I can fully trust you. And he was like, I ain't never lied to you. He was like, but you knew that Monet said that she was with you when Carrie died. He never gives up and snitches on Monet, but he does take up for her and was like, your mother loves you. She would do anything for you. There's a seat on the plane if you want to come. And he gives Zeke one of his sports cars. And of course, Zeke is enticed by this or whatever, but he's still a little iffy on whether or not to really fuck with Dante and Monet. So then we see Monet meet up with Kane and trying to convince him to kill Lorenzo. At first, Kane is like, I ain't doing that shit. Like, you really want me to kill my own father? Like, what is up with you? Monet was like, look, he tried to shoot at me. He tried to kill me. He don't want you to be his number one. He steady treats you like you ain't shit. Remember he did this. Remember he did that. Kane still ain't with it. So then she hit him with the 1-2 puncher and was like, you know what? Where's Tariq when I need him? And of course they got him like, how dare you? How dare you? He was like, what you mean, Tariq? She was like, he killed his father, like he did it. And so of course you say anything about Tariq, here go Kane. Okay, I'll do it then. I'll do it, mama. All right, I'll do it. I'm like, oh my God. Like, his character is just so weak. So then we see Jenny and everybody's in court and she tells the judge that Trace is sick and won't be able to take the stand, but she got somebody in his place. In walks Braden with his father and Tariq looking like, I know you lying, and he is shook because remember he has told Braden everything. So he looking like, is this nigga really about to snitch on me? And so Braden take the stand and says he knows for a fact that Tariq didn't kill Ramirez because he was the one dealing drugs at Choate and Stansfield. Everybody in the jury's like, oh, and Jenny is looking like, bitch. Jenny is the new Angela child. So she was like, how do we know that you're not just covering for your friend or whatever? And he was like, because I got papers showing that I'm the president. Of course, correct. Here is paperwork from whatever Stein, the Stein dude or whatever. So at that point, the case is thrown out. Tariq is free. Braden didn't snitch on him. He snitched on himself. But this is where I had an issue. This man in court admitted that he was the one dealing drugs at Choate and Stanfield and was able to walk out of the jail and nobody say anything to him, wasn't arrested. Am I missing something here? Why was he not arrested for selling drugs? Why wasn't the gavel thrown down on him for that? How did he just walk out of the damn courtroom? What is going on, writers? Make it make sense, because it really didn't make sense to me. What in the hell is going on here? I know he's supposed to have white privilege, but ain't that much white privilege in the world? Come on now. Like, did I miss something? Am I crazy? So Jenny, I'm sorry. So then Tariq's ankle monitor is taken off. Then we see Tariq at Davis' office and tell him that, he wants to stop Jazz adoption, and that when he does, he's done with the game, he's done dealing. And Davis is like, the Tejadas ain't gonna never let you go, playboy. And so he was like, and you need to wait anyway until you graduate from college, you get all the money from your daddy, then you go and get your little sister. And Tariq was like, that's some shit my father would do. I ain't built like that, nigga. And I was like, you better come through, Tariq. You better say I love my family, unlike my damn daddy. So then Tariq calls Davis out for double dipping. He was like, you owe me money, like, cause you was getting money from me and from Kay. But then Davis hit him with the 1-2 punch and was like, and I'll tell that you and Kane worked together on killing Jabari Reynolds. So now they both at a standoff. So Tariq was like, all right, nigga, and he leaves. And then we see Davis call Kane. Okay, everything is fine now. He is just a mooch. Like, he gonna do anything and everything to get to the bag. He has no scruples or morals. So Jenny tells Sax at the bar, she comes in all distraught or whatever, and says that Lauren was hit by a car and killed. She says that, from what she found out, Lauren was running with a bag full of money or some shit like that. She was afraid for her life and that she was killed. So my thing is, we still have not seen a body. We still did not see her get killed. So until the rule is on television, you always see the body. Unless you have not seen the body, the person has a potential to still be alive. So I'm not going to fully say that Lauren is alive until I see a body, until I see her body in a coffin, or until I see a flashback from Effie where she ran her ass over with the car. Other than that, I'm not too sure that Lauren is actually dead. So Jenny, of course, blames herself because she was supposed to be watching out for Lauren. And she also blames Tariq for Lauren and Carrie's murder. Sax tells Jenny that, she can't blame Tariq because Tariq had an ankle monitor on him. Like, he was like, I don't even like to stick up for this little boy, but you can't blame this on him. So then he goes on to tell her how, she needs to just leave this case alone, move on along with her life, because it will eat her alive and cause her to do stuff that she never thought that she would do. And he tells her how he planted evidence on Ghost and tried to kill him, and like how it almost ruined his life. And she was like, you know what? This is the reason why I can't fuck with you. The fact that you want me to just be complacent. She was like, thanks for the drink, and she leaves. But I'm like, girl, he was trying to talk some sense into you. And that's obvious foreshadowing in the future that Jenny is going to drive herself nuts trying to convict Tariq and end up getting killed. That's going to happen to her. Unlike Sax, she will end up dying, very much foreshadowing what's going to happen to her in the future. Once again, another recycled storyline. They're basically going to do what they did with Sax now to Jenny. Like, can we think of something else now, please? Like, oh my God, it's so annoying to me. So Tariq meets up with Monet at a church, and he tells her about Dante and how he knows his name, how he knows he's Zeke's father, and how Dante is a snitch and working for the Fed. So Monet was like, this nigga from the Fed. Oh, fuck no, we really got to kill this nigga. I'm really going to kill him. So Monet tells Tariq that she needs him to help her and Kane kill Lorenzo. But it's really not going to be them killing Lorenzo. They just want to make Dante think they killing Lorenzo. And I'm like, oh my God, this is just so young and restless. So she was like, once I kill Dante, then I'm going to save Lorenzo's life. God. He was like, look, I just need you to keep Dante alive enough for me to get the money that I need from him, and then I'm out the game. She was like, if you help me with this, I'll let you go. So Monet then meets up with Lorenzo at the bar. He got two of his workers there, and one of the workers named Carlito kind of give her the look like, this bitch here. So they leave, and she was like, Mecca been playing us both. He's really Zeke's daddy. So Lorenzo was like, this motherfucker been playing us? Like, how can I trust you? She was like, have I ever lied when it came to our motherfucking kids? And so she tells him that Mecca wants him dead and that he wants Kane to do it to prove his loyalty. So she was like, look, I'm gonna kill Mecca. He was like, nah, that's for me to do. She was like, look, motherfucker, I didn't kill niggas while your ass was in jail. This is for me to do. Calm the fuck down. I just need for you to get Drew and Diana on board. So of course he gets Drew and Diana on board. Diana, it take her a quick little second, but she, ride or die for her daddy. So she decides to join in. Braden tells Tariq back at the dorm room that his daddy is pulling him out of school and making him work for his hedge fund company, which I feel is like it's going to come into play next season, and that will be another way for them to use his father's business to channel drugs or something like that. Him working at his father's corporation is going to come into play next season. So Tariq asks, was my car swiped this past week? And he was like, yeah, twice. So he put two and two together and was like, goddamn Diana. Like, she swiped my shit and stole all my fucking drugs. Like, and so Braden was like, oh, Diana's savage. So he was like, you know what, it is what it is. So then he asked Braden about Lauren. He was like, how was she? And he was like, she left without me, lying, because he knows that Effie, came and got her and possibly did something to her or killed her. But, he cannot tell Tariq that because Tariq will never forgive him. So then walks Kane, the door just opened. Once again, how is Kane coming to and fro to this school? Nobody saying nothing. How does he get into the school every day? Why would he be coming up here all the goddamn time? It makes no sense. But okay, writers. So so Kane then asks Braden in a roundabout way, did he handle what he was supposed to handle, aka killing Lauren? He makes it seem like he did, and he leaves. So Tariq asks Kane, is he ready for this? And he was like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm ready. He was like, nah, you ain't ready, because I'm telling you, once you do this, it's going to change your life forever. I, of all people, know. So at this point, Kane is kind of shook, like, damn, I'm about to kill my pops. Am I actually ready to do this? So then Zeke goes to see Kevin at the precinct. And I'm like, this nigga here so fucking stupid. And gonna ask this man, do they still think it was a suicide when it came to Carrie's death? And he was like, yeah, I mean, is there something else you want to tell me? He was like, no, I just wanted to see. I hate him so much. I hate his character so much. Goodness gracious. So then we see the DNC dude and the congressman, I forgot his name. He didn't show the congressman the photo of him in blackface. He was like, this was ages ago. Da-da-da-da-da. He's making excuses for this. And then Tate joins them and basically gloats in his face like, aha, nigga, I got you. So then the DNC tells the congressman that he's going to step down and endorse Tate. The dude was like, I ain't doing shit. Like, this will blow over in 6 months. And Tate was like, okay, how about it blow over in 6 months after you step down, and then we endorse you to be the next senator. So they all come up with this plan, even though the dude is the congressman is pissed off. So Tate finally got what he wants. Now, I don't know if Tate is still going to get his own, Lorenzo Tate is going to get his own spinoff show. I had saw a report saying that he wasn't, and that he was just going to be a series regular on Ghost. But maybe things have changed, and we will get his spinoff show, which was supposed to be Power Book 5. So we shall see. Mecca then tells Kane that they need to rebuild trust, and by doing so, he needs for him to kill Lorenzo. And when he does, he'll give him his connect for his whole business to deal drugs in New York. So Kane was like, how about we kill Tariq? This nigga just so dick hard for Tariq. Mecca was like, yeah, he needs to be taken care of, but not now. Monet walk in like, what y'all talking about? And of course, Mecca plays it off. So Mecca tells Tariq to meet him the following night at his crib. So then we see Elvin and Tariq out in the open at the park because Tariq put his phone to make it seem like he was still at his dorm room, but he was really, out and about. So Mecca would think that he was still back at the dorm room. So Elvin walks up to him and tells him that Yaz's adoption has been stopped and that custody has been given back to him. Tariq is excited about this as Sax walk up. He was like, what he doing here? He was like, he said he wanted to talk to you about something. So Sax was like, I wanted to let you know that Lauren has been killed. And of course, Tariq is stunned by this. He's shook by this because he tried to get her out of town. And he was like, Sax was like, are you the only person who knew she was getting out of town? Did Kane Tejada know? So at this point, Tariq just storms off. So Sax asks Davis back at the office, did he let Kane hear the wire recording of Lauren because now that she's dead and they got blood on her hands? Of course, Davis is just like, so sorry for her. He don't give two fucks. Davis says, I'm a survivor at the end of the day and you are too, motherfucker. We one in the goddamn same. So then he brings up Theo Rollins, his brother, but of course Sax doesn't know that's his brother, and asks what's going on with his case. Sax was like, basically on some like he should be getting off, like the case is really cut and dry. So Davis is like, well, why is he in jail? That's what you need to be working on. Because, that's his biggest thing. He was like, this is our biggest case here. You need to be focused on that. So Sax asks Davis, So then Tariq tells Effie that Lauren death is his fault. And of course she's like, this is not your fault. You still got me and Yaz, this, that, and the third. And she was like, well, maybe, I don't need to have Yaz around me. I don't want her to end up like Raina. And I was like, oh, woo, 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 woo. You don't want her to end up like Raina. Oh. So then we see Tasha is back with a horrible wig as always. I'm like, Jesus Christ. She couldn't get a good sew-in Woodsack. What the hell? So she's sitting at the table studying. And she looks over at a picture of Tariq and the kids. And then she hears a car pull up. So she gets nervous. Like, who the fuck know where the fuck I'm at? So she hurries up and texts, whoever at the Fed saying to somebody there. And they tell her, look, run. Get the fuck out of Dodge. So she goes to grab her gun. And then we hear Tamika was like, Vanessa, da. And so she's standing there like, who the fuck know my name? So then she goes to the door and sees that it's Tamika. She like, girl, what you doing here? And with a better sew-in than me. So Tamika was like, I got something for you. And she surprises Tasha with Yaz. Yaz runs out the car. They hug, and I was like, oh, woo, woo, woo. This is the best part of the whole series so far. They're reconnected. And she was like, how did this happen? Did Tariq do this? And Tamika was like, I don't know who you talking about. Moving forward, I'm going to let you know this time. Whoever this Tariq person is, don't need to be brought up ever again. Your name is Vanessa. And baby girl, what's your name? And Yaz was like, my name is Olivia Pope. My name is Olivia Pope, bitch, and I like popcorn and wine. So Tasha was like, I just want to know, is he okay? Tamika won't give her a straight answer. And so Tasha was like, look, girl, don't underestimate my son. He'll surprise you. And she was like, he already has. Tamika says that. So then we see Tariq in the car with Sax watching from the car. He want to get out, but Sax stops him. And I was like, oh, y'all going to be a family again one day. And I really feel like the way that this show is going to go, like I said, is that Tariq is going to end up getting Diana pregnant. And they're going to end up becoming a family. And I feel like once he has a family of his own, he'll begin to rectify all the mistakes that his father has made and that he had began to make with dating all these women and leading them on in this whole lifestyle. And that the end of this series will end with him having his own family, getting out of the drug game and reuniting with Yaz and Tasha getting the money, going legit, having a legit business, and all of that stuff. That's how I see this series ending, and I hope it works out that way. So Drew then shows Tariq the matching bag so they can fool Mecca and them. Tariq tell him, like, I know you motherfucker stole my drugs, you and Diana. And but he was like, Diana gonna have a real bag of this of Mecca shit. Make sure that she don't look inside this goddamn bag for a plausible deniability. So Drew tells Diana when they meet up not to look in the bag. She's like, I won't. But Diana ass ain't gonna fucking listen. So then Drew gets a text from Emmett, weak ass, Thomas. So can we meet up? And he's like, yeah, girl. And so Mecca's worker, who is Carlito, who actually worked for Lorenzo, is following them and calls Mecca like some shit is going down. Let me follow this motherfucker. So they the ops. Kevin then shows Zeke footage of Monet's car on the night of Carrie's murder. So he is shook because now he has confirmation that Monet actually killed Carrie, but he doesn't snitch or whatever. But I mean, with his actions, it's obvious that Kevin now knows that some shit is up. So Tariq and Kane are in the car together, ready for this shit to go down. And Tariq was like, do you know Lauren? And he was like, I thought you was fucking with that fine bitch Effie. She fine in the motherfucker. He was like, look, keep your eyes to yourself, nigga. So then Lorenzo and them pull up. Mecca's people pull up. They go inside the warehouse. They creep in. Kane prepares himself to shoot Lorenzo, and Tariq was like, stop. He knows we're here. This is all a setup. You ain't supposed to kill him for real. So he looking like, nigga, you in on this shit? Like, really, Monet? Like, Monet didn't trust me? Like, okay. So then the shootout begins. They got Tariq running around this motherfucker like he a CSI agent, shooting, killing motherfuckers. Kane didn't hit nobody as far as I remember. He might have hit one person, but Lorenzo and Tariq was the one that held everything down. But I'm like, Tariq is a accurate shooter, but he always getting his ass beat. Can he please, in the off season, take some boxing lessons or something? So Tariq tells Kane that he got to get Diana, like, cause her ass. Let me go get this bitch. So Lorenzo texts Mecca as his worker that everything is done. Mecca peep game and feel like he's been compromised and texts one of the Fed agents like, yo, I think I've been compromised. I need to get the fuck out of Dodge. But we see Monet is at the crib with him, and he tells Monet to hit Tariq so he can hurry up and come so they can get the fuck out of Dodge. So then Drew promises Emmett that he'll get up with him after they meet up or whatever after practice so they can talk. And when Emmett is walking away, he was like, have a good practice. Like, shit is just real weird and awkward between them. I feel like next season they're gonna end up breaking up and Emmett gonna finally get killed off. I cannot wait because I'm so sick of them. And when he's going to get in his car with the bag, Carlito and his other dude jump out the car, grab the bag, whoop his ass. They see that the bag is empty. Drew then realized that Carlito is the op and working for Mecca. Right when Carlito was about to put a hot one in Drew hot ass, Kane arrives. A fight breaks out. Everybody fighting and shit. Drew then goes to kill Carlito, but Kane was like, not here. We gonna put him in a trunk and have Poppy make an example out of him. But then we see them walking away. I don't know if something was edited out, but we never see them putting them in a car. We just see them literally say, we gonna put him in the trunk and have Poppy make an example out of him. And then we see them walking, talking about some, thanks for looking out. Walking the opposite way. Isn't he still sitting over there? What is happening? Power. So then Lorenzo come in the house asking Diana, has she heard from Monet? And she was like, no, not yet. So Lorenzo is nervous because he don't know if Mecca did something to her or if Monet done played him. So he was like, Diana, did you look in the bag? And she was like, no, Poppy, I didn't. He was like, girl, I know you. And she was like, so you think I'm a snitch? You really think that, daddy? And he was like, no, I know you look out for everybody. You always one step ahead. So she was like, okay, I did read a few pages. I'm like, God damn it, Diana, we can't trust your ass to do shit. So he was like, what you see? And she was like, bank account set up for Monet and Drew and me and Zeke. And so now Lorenzo really think that maybe this bitch did play me. So he leave. And I'm like, oh, God, Diana always fucking shit up. Diana and Kane are always fucking shit up. So Lorenzo then leaves. Tariq arrives at Mecca's penthouse, and as he lets Tariq up, Monet then pulls out her gun on Mecca, and she was like, "You lied to me." He was like, "You lied to me too. Like, you stole my drugs from me. Girl, we are meant to be with each other. We are the perfect match." And he was like, "I'm gonna do anything to have you." And I was like, "Okay, single white female. All right, you too fine to be this crazy." So then he was like, "What about Zeke?" And so she was like, "Zeke can get over it. Fuck you." And shoot that nigga in the motherfucking head. I was like, "Okay, girl." So Tariq comes up and was like, "I'm gonna clean the cameras and everything." And Monet was like, "You held up your end of the bargain. I'm gonna hold up mine. You free to go. Like, you ain't gotta be in the life no more. You don't owe me nothing." He was like, "Look, based on how everything moving and shaking right now, we in this shit together." Once again, like I said, I feel like I said this season 1 that um Tariq is going to end up becoming embedded in this family, especially when he get Diana pregnant. He's going to really be embedded in the Tejada family. So, because Monet knows that she can trust him. She really does. So Monet returns home and asks Kane, "Are they good?" He was like, "Yeah, Ma, we good." But I really feel like there's still some doubt there on Kane's behalf, because he knows that his mama doesn't fully 100% believe in him. So Lorenzo returns home. Uh, I'm sorry, I missed the whole part. So let me go back. Um, so then we see Lorenzo at the hangar, prepared to kill Mecca. He sees a sports car pull up. It's dark, so he doesn't see the person's face. He's like, "I'm not gonna let you get away this time, Lorenzo," or whatever. And he pulls out his gun and starts shooting. And he shoots the person in the back as they're walking up the steps to the plane. But we don't see the person die. We do see the person go down, and then of course the person is Zeke. He runs off and leaves. Then we see, like I said, Lorenzo walk back into the house, and uh is surprised to see Monet there because he thought that she played him. So Diana was like, "My dad, come in here, look at the news." They see the report that Mecca was killed at his penthouse. So Lorenzo like, "Fuck, like, she actually killed this nigga. She killed her baby daddy. So who the fuck did I shoot and kill?" So Monet was like, "Anybody heard from Zeke?" And he's standing there looking like, "Oh shit, I done killed this girl goddamn child." Ooh, Lord, we know what season 2 gonna be about. Lorenzo gonna be walking around with this secret of killing Zeke. At some point, Monet is gonna find out and really put a hot one in his ass next season for killing her fucking son and not telling her. So at Mecca's crib, fake ass Angela is back. Oh, she is annoying too. The Fed agent, and she leans down to Mecca's dead body and was like, "You got to me too late." She then gets a grainy surveillance picture of Tariq. Of course, she makes it out and was like, "Tariq St. Patrick, I'm going to take you down for Angela." And I'm like, oh, God. So then Theo Davis is at the jail with his brother, Theo, played by Redman. And Theo was like, he spoke to the doctor and things ain't looking too good. And I was like, okay, because remember, I was worried about Redman for real in real life. Like, why is he so skinny and sickly looking? So I guess he did this for his character because his character's supposed to be sick. And Davis is trying to get his brother out of jail before, I guess, he dies or whatever. He doesn't want his brother to die in jail for taking a rap for something that he did. So Sax tells Jeannie as they land in the bed that he'll help her get justice for Lauren and Carrie. And basically he's going to become an informant, telling her everything about what Davis and Tariq are doing. And I was like, child, Jeannie going to end up getting killed and Sax going to end up getting killed at some motherfucking point for this bull swanky. Kamal then blames Tate for him losing his job. And Tate was like, "Look, I want you to be the head of my security now that I'm about to be a congressman. And I'm doing this to make it up to you." And he was like, "Nigga, do you think I'm stupid?" And he was like, "Is that a yes?" So then we see Tariq kissing Effie goodbye as she returns to school. And he was like, "I'm going to see you. Call me when you get there." Things are moving really great between them. But next season, it's going to be a problem because when he finds out that Lauren is dead and that Effie did it, and that Brayden lied to him about it, it's gonna be trouble. And I really feel like next season she's gonna be carrying around the weight and the guilt of killing Lauren. Like I said, I don't know for sure if she's dead because we haven't seen a body, but she's going to be dealing with that weight of knowing what she did to Tariq. Because she did it because it needed to be done because Lauren knew too much and she snitched already. And then it's because she was jealous of Tariq's feelings for her because she loves Tariq. Like, she's in it now. Like, she's fully in it. But the problem is next season when she finds out that Tariq fucked Diana and has feelings for Diana as well, is she gonna try to kill Diana to move Diana out the way because she loves Tariq? And like I said, I really feel like at some point Diana is gonna end up getting pregnant by Tariq because on Power they love to recycle storylines. They're already recycling Tasha's storyline with Diana wanting to go to school to be a what? Accountant. What did Tasha go to school for? To be an accountant. She ended up getting pregnant by Ghost or whatever with the twins. I feel like Diana's going to end up getting pregnant. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets pregnant and has what? Twins. So mark my words, that shit going to happen. Effie going to be jealous, try to kill Diana. He going to find out what she did to Lauren, and Tariq is going to end up having to kill Effie next season. Mark my words. So Yaz then gives Tasha a letter from Tariq, and in the letter he tells her that he's going to do whatever it takes to get back to them. And Tasha feels good about this because she believes in her son and that she knows he's going to do it. He's going to make his way back to her. So the Tejada family, I just had a thought. It'd be so fucked up if they have it to where as he finally makes it to his family, then he ends up getting killed right in front of them. I would do it. But anywho, then we see the Tejada family back together at the dinner table. Monet is just sitting there looking over her family, pleased with how everything went down, but somebody is missing, and that is Zeke. She then gets a phone call from Kevin saying that, your son is dead, and she just drops the phone, and the episode ends. So I give the season finale of Ghost a C plus. Like I said, it was some unrealistic shit that just went down. It was just too many X and O's and Z's and this way. They just make stuff too complicated, and it's because of Courtney Kemp. She says that this is how she writes. She actually has said in her lives that she writes the episode for way longer than what they actually are, and so they end up cutting a lot of things out, which is so dumb to me. So I'm so happy that this was the last season. She was the showrunner. Next season we have a new showrunner. So hopefully they will switch some things up and stop trying to do all of these things at once and making all these unrealistic ass storylines that make no sense. I love the writing on this first episode of Force. It would be so nice if we can get that type of writing over here at Ghost, but we shall see. Let's talk down below in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of the season finale of Ghost. If you guys, once again, are trying to get your YouTube on, sign up to TubeBuddy. It has helped me out so much. TubeBuddy is a tool that lets you see what day and what time is good for you to drop videos. It helps you with your analytics. It helps you find keywords for tags to get people to notice your channel more. It gives you so much information. It has helped me out. Y'all know I don't promote nothing unless I believe in it, and I believe 100% in TubeBuddy. So go down below in the description box and click on that link and sign up for it. It's free. The first level is free. That's what I've got. And with that first free level, it has helped me out tremendously with my channel. Especially over the last 2 weeks since I've been using it. I've seen such a huge growth in my channel. Also, follow my community page. I've been dropping links to some of the items and clothes that you've seen me wear on my community page. I've been dropping the links for them for you guys because a lot of those items are currently on sale. And I'm dropping links for stuff that I just like and think are fabulous, and I think that you should know about them too. So make sure you guys check out my community page every day for links to fly shit And make sure you guys check out my Amazon storefront. Anything that you've seen me promote on my channel from Amazon or things that I have in my house, I have them in my Amazon storefront. So check that out as well. And on February 10th, I'm doing an interview with the Scotty by Nature channel. Him and Jabbar have a show called The Prelude. They interview me. It's a really good kiki. Make sure you guys tune in for that as well. I love you. Thank you for watching this. And make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.